This is ASS Breaking News.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Reporting from Afghanistan, I am ASS News correspondent Brock Jurgensen. About to come in is the Taliban holding a press conference for the first time since they took office. And by take office, I mean flushed everybody out, including Dan's mom. Joining us now, walking in right now from the Taliban, is the Taliban spokesperson, Mujahedina. And we go to her live.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the new and improved Taliban. We're here to be more inclusive. We're here to make sure that everyone is represented the way that they should be. Welcome, Habibis. And I would like to be taking questions.
Yes, Mujahedina.
Yes, you over there in the striking shirt. Look at you. Did you get a haircut? You got a haircut, didn't you? You're looking good.
Mujahedina, thank you. First of all, Mujahedina, what is the first item on the Taliban agenda?
Well, what we love to do is makeovers. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be introducing new turbans. We're going to be, doing makeovers on beards, different kind of styles. And of course, we're going to be introducing soap to the Taliban because holy shit doesn't stink over here.
Mujahedina, I have another question for you. Just a follow-up to the first reporter. Yes. Mujahedina, so you said that the Taliban is going to be more inclusive. Mm-hmm. And I can't help but notice that there's an LGBTQ flag behind you amongst your colleagues within the administration. What is the Taliban stance on the LGBTQ community? Because aren't they opposed to them in particular?
Well, that is an excellent question. Thank you very much for asking it. But we are here are the new and improved Taliban. We're going to be here and imposing rights in accordance with Sharia law. And if you don't like that, you're Islamophobic. What that means is women's rights will be in accordance under Sharia law. My rights will be in accordance to Sharia law. So you might not see me tomorrow. I mean, it's up in the air. But this is the new and inclusive Taliban under Sharia law.
Mujahedina, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Mujahedina, thank you. Mujahedina, is Candace going to be showing up?
By the way, hopefully we can get some of those colors to the Taliban.
So, Mujahedina, what do you say to the Biden administration after they pulled out?
After they pulled out, well, honestly, it was the best thing to happen here in Afghanistan. As you can see, we're becoming more inclusive by the day. We are not beating people in the streets. No, we're giving them love taps. That's what we like to call it now over here. They're just love taps. That's what they are. I mean, we haven't when people get shot in the streets or something. I mean, it's just love. It's all love, inclusiveness. I mean, that's what we're here to do. And the new and improved Taliban is to include everybody.
Mujahedina, I have another question that is completely off topic. But when it comes to the Daily Mail reported that the Taliban is going to be focusing on climate change and trying to curb carbon emissions. What is the Taliban's proposal in getting that done?
Oh, of course. I mean, the best thing and the quickest way to do that is to get rid of all the infidels, of course. I mean, the more people you kill, the less carbon footprint that there's going to be. And the best way to do that is to start off with the infidels. This is the new and improved Taliban.
Finally, I have a final question for you, Mujahedina. Is Candace going to be showing up?
I'm sorry, who's Candace?
Candace.
No, I don't know who that is.
What's going on, Habibis? Welcome to another episode of the Habibi Power Hour with
Mujahedina and
Mujahedina.
Siraj.
We've all seen the pictures. We've seen those hundreds of people packed into a C-17. We've seen Afghans. That was 4 days ago, 5 days ago.
They're just chanting death to America, but they seem friendly at the same time. It's utterly bizarre.
Come on, take the vaccines. I did it. It's good. Take the vaccines. But you got, no, that's okay. That's all right. You got your freedoms. But I happen to take the vaccine.
Allahu Akbar.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How
What's
are we
going on,
doing,
Habibis?
Habibis?
Going on, Habibis? I'm Siraj Hashmi,
And I'm Mujahed Kobbe.
and we're the Habibi Bros. Welcome to another episode of Habibi Power Hour. First episode on Rumble. What's happening, y'all?
Yeah.
Welcome
And
to the
what
show.
a way to do it, right? What a way to, so they can see all of our genders at once.
Exactly. We got all of them. By the way, Jay, really liking that shade of lipstick right there.
Right? It's honestly, it matches my skin color very well.
It's very
I'm
good.
really,
It's
really happy with it.
It's very becoming.
Because I'm glad to make you come, baby.
Baby. How y'all doing tonight, Habibis? It's been it's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've seen all of y'all.
It's been how long has it been? 3 weeks almost?
It has been a total of 3 weeks, yes, Jay.
That is insane. 3 weeks, and I mean the last time we were on, our uncles were not ruling Afghanistan.
That's true. It's what's the best way of putting it? We take a vacation and all of a sudden the world goes to shit. So we can never take a vacation ever again.
I know. You know, pretty soon, essentially, Jin Zaki is gonna blame us for what's going on in Afghanistan.
And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. But we're here right now, and Jay, yeah.
Sorry,
for
I
those
just
of
messed
you,
up my contact.
oh no, hold
That's
on one second. I got some solution in my cave. Hold on one second.
Oh, please go get it. Oh, look at that. Are those jorts? Are you wearing jorts?
No, they're not jorts, but they can be jorts if you want to be.
You should have been wearing some jorts. But
Yeah.
So how have you been, Habibi? It's been 3 weeks.
It says keep that makeup on. You look so cute, almost as cute as Raj. Thank you. Habibis, if you're new to the program, never watched before, got a couple quick house rules. First of all, in addition to being completely disrespectful to each other in the chat and dunking on each other, there is a simple basic rule about watching the show. We have a couple of trigger words. This is a power. So every time I say essentially, every time Jay says 100%, you got to drink because those are our filler words. So
Essentially,
you got to drink. Cheers, Habibis. So yes, Jay, I've been well.
yes, sir.
I've been doing well. I've been very busy, but I'm good. Given the circumstances, and honestly, I think we should at least address why we came to Rumble, because we did a intro video, and I think one of the aspects of it that the corporate media seems to be really, latching onto is the fact that Rumble has been a quote unquote website of disinformation, and specifically about vaccines, about COVID, and they will never even admit to all of the disinformation that they put out when it came to the initial COVID outbreak, the lab leak theory, things about medication like hydroxychloroquine or ivermectin, the use of masks. I mean, there have been a number of things that corporate media hasn't gotten everything right on. In fact, there have been a lot of things that they've done to try to make it look like everything that has been suggested doesn't work and it will kill you.
Right.
And because people like me and you and others like Lynn Greenwald and Tulsi Gabbard and Zay Jelani, Bridget Fedesi, and a few others are all, basically going to Rumble. That means we endorse those views. Like, I don't understand where these people are coming from, Jay.
I don't either, but it's always been that way. No matter what happens, no matter if there's a new social media platform that opens up that's not Twitter or where their buddies are or what they can control, they have to shit talk it. They have to bring it down. I mean, for fuck's sake, they called you an employed journalist of the Washington Examiner. When will these lies fucking end? Honestly,
when will these lies end, Jay? I swear to God.
The disinformation is just insane. And then they say that I'm a self-proclaimed troll. Excuse me. Did they not read the article that was out on me on The Wire? Jesus Christ. Honestly, it's right out there for anyone to go and read.
I'm pretty sure that was the rap, Jay.
Oh, the rap. Sorry. God damn it. See, that's what happens.
Even Jay is fake news.
I do one op-ed in Newsweek, and I'm already lying and putting out disinformation.
Yeah. I see Mary is actually commenting on Rumble saying, how many apps am I in the right place? How many places do you guys need to share your raw, unfiltered thoughts?
Many that will keep us there. I mean, after tonight, we'll see if we're still on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, David comes in and says, Siraj trying to say all the words that get the YouTube channel closed. That's really funny. Anyways, so we just had to obviously just quickly touch on the whole Rumble thing. I mean, I think it's interesting how, these big tech corporate media, cooperation that they have between, YouTube, the Washington Post, Amazon, like they want to destroy any like independent thought. They want complete submission to a certain orthodoxy, and if you stray away from it, you're canceled, you're a horrible person, every name under the sun.
You're a Nazi, whatever.
Well, Jay, I mean, you
they can throw
are Nazi, so I mean, they were.
I mean, I am a skinhead. All we got to do is we just got to go get tattoos now.
Yeah, and I'm always out of focus, so because I come in blurry, people just assume I'm white.
Right. Well, you are white. I mean, I think you're a lighter shade of white than I am.
That's also true. But as we both know from our music taste, Jay, you're way whiter than me.
My music taste is little Asian women that rock the shit out of some drums and guitars. Like, that's my music taste. It's an awesome music taste.
Billy Finn said, thank you, Billy says, transgender, the Mujahideen story coming soon to NPR.
The stripe of a Taliban press secretary.
Yeah.
That would be so good.
Jay, so while we were away, we did one special episode. It was just on Cuomo resigning.
Yes.
And it was a very short one, but this is our first episode since Cuomo actually left office. And before he did, he pardoned like the getaway driver of the Weather Underground. And like it barely made any news because all the focus has been on Afghanistan.
Right. I mean, it's just it is a big story what he did and who he pardoned, or not pardoned, he granted clemency, right?
Clemency, yeah.
Clemency. So people who are just tuning in, English is like my third language. My first language is eating ass, and especially your mom's ass. And my second language is Arabic, and third is English. So if you want to make fun of the way I pronounce things, go ahead. It's totally fine. This is a safe space to dunk on me and Siraj. But just so you know, every time you do, my tongue dunks deeper into your mom's booty.
And that's about
it.
And again, this is right up from the gate, 15 minutes in, Jay, we are getting canceled by every single platform.
Rumble is for free
Rumble,
speech unless
YouTube.
you're talking about eating someone's mom's ass.
Hey, it's bound to happen. But anyways, so we had Afghanistan happen. I hope no one here has been living under a rock, because I don't feel like I have to explain it to anyone. We know what happened. The Taliban took over 2 weeks before the United States was planning to withdraw all troops from there, after basically a 20-year war, which after the Taliban took over, and kind of understanding the breadth and scope of our presence in Afghanistan, we had 3,000 troops in Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
We have more troops in Germany, more troops in South Korea, and we're technically not at war with Germany or South Korea, although, well, the Korean War has never really ended. You know, we never really characterized those as just with troop presence as just being war. I mean, we have more troops in Bahrain, the tiny island nation, than we do in Afghanistan. I think we have like 4,000 something troops in Bahrain, and
Right. And we've
there
been
were 3,000 in Afghanistan before the Taliban took over.
right, and we've been in cooperation with the Afghani government from when the government was formed, what, like 5 years after we were there, 10 years after we were there, something like that. So it's like,
Well, they installed Hamid Karzai almost immediately after the Taliban fell.
right.
But
So it's been for 20 years. We've been working with the Afghani government that was formed there. So it's not like we were at war of Afghanistan. This 20-year narrative that we were at war with Afghanistan for 20 years doesn't fit. I mean, it's good that we stopped, the war and we're going to be out of there. But
well,
I think,
I mean, this is
I
the
think
thing,
there's-
Jay. I mean, what is it? I mean, there was obviously the Afghanistan papers that dropped like right before COVID,
Right.
locked down the entire world. And that really exposed the lies within the military, that they were reporting that success and progress was being made in Afghanistan when really nothing was happening.
Right.
So they didn't really help their case in terms of staying in Afghanistan. What I am trying to say is that just the mere presence of 3,000 troops in Afghanistan somehow was enough. It was enough to deter the Taliban from taking over. And I see people like Matt Gaetz, who Matt Gaetz is an interesting character, because he took the position of trying to say that this government in Afghanistan, or this previous government, the one before the Taliban took over, it was just as illegitimate as the one currently in the United States, through the Biden administration. I don't know where you have to get. I mean, I don't understand what type of point you have to make in order to sound like you're praising the Taliban, but that wasn't it. That definitely wasn't it.
No, not at all. And it's a very weird situation where you have, people praising the Taliban. And it's like that drill tweet where it's like, I'm very sorry for praising ISIS. I didn't mean to. I'm going to correct myself and never praise ISIS again.
God damn it, Jay. You butchered this so badly.
Did I really? Like, was it really
It
bad?
is.
Like that bad? It's something like that, isn't it? It's like, you never hand it to ISIS or some shit like that, right?
Issuing a correction regarding a previous tweet of mine regarding the terror group ISIL, you do not, under any circumstances, gotta hand it to them.
How's that any different from what I just said? It's like almost word for word. I don't understand why you had to like put me on blast like that. That's almost word for word of what I just said.
But what? No, it's not.
Chat, help me out here. It's like word for word what I said. Exactly what I said.
Let me go ahead and show you the Matt Gaetz tweet, because
Yes,
I'm
please.
still in awe over this. Let's see if it will. Matt Gates tweets out, Taliban and Trump should both be on Twitter, more legitimate than the last government in Afghanistan or the current government here. Oh shit, you can't see that. There you go. There it is. God, this is what I get for being a boomer. Sorry, guys. Straight up boomer over here.
They should
So there you
both
go.
be on.
Yeah.
It's amazing that the Taliban are on Twitter while the president of the United States is the ex-president, or even when he was president,
He was the former president, and probably, Jay, at this rate, he'll probably be the next president too.
Honestly, from your mouth to Allah's ear, we have to say Allah now because the Taliban are back in
That's
power.
true. We can't say God.
We have to say Allah.
As soon as we say God, then obviously that means we have to
get beheaded or something.
Yeah,
it's one or the other.
It's gonna happen.
I mean, isn't it? It's very interesting that it was just 3,000 troops that were able to deter the Taliban, and it seems like there was absolutely zero plan for what happened. It's just like everyone leave, and we're not even going to tell the embassy. We're not even going to tell American citizens that were there that work at the embassy. We're not going to tell all of the Afghani allies that helped our troops. And what we're going to do is give the biometrics of every ally that helped us to the Taliban. It's genius. This is more than 69D chess, right? That's happening right now. Like,
sad.
We don't understand it. We just don't understand his thinking. 100%.
Actually, I had one of those shit posts like in the last day or so about how, this was really just Joe Biden's subtle attempt to arm the Taliban, because it was apparently the Taliban hates ISIS so much, so I'm surprised Biden hasn't used it as a way to spin and say, like, see, this is really a fight about ISIS. We were just trying to arm the Taliban by leaving all of our shit behind.
Right. It's just so we can deter the Soviet Union from ever forming again.
That's right. The Soviet Union will never invade Afghanistan. President Biden is so old, the man still thinks it's 1979 and the Soviets are invading Afghanistan.
Or he's just thinking so ahead that he thinks that the Soviet Union is going to rise again.
Yeah, I just like everything. There's so many layers to unpack, and I wish obviously I wish we could have done the show last week to at least talk about some of the immediate implications about the withdrawal and Afghan government falling to the Taliban. But I'm just gonna play a few things to show you just how infuriating this whole thing is. Let's first start off with President Biden talking about the Afghan government falling in July.
Is a Taliban takeover of Afghanistan now inevitable?
No, it is not. Because you have the Afghan troops have 300,000 well equipped as any army in the world, and an air force against something like 75,000 Taliban. It is not inevitable.
Mr. President, thank you very much. Your own intelligence community has assessed that the Afghan government will likely collapse.
That is not true.
Can you please clarify what they have told you about whether that will happen or not?
That is not true. They did not reach that conclusion.
So what is the level of confidence that they have that it will not collapse?
The Afghan government and leadership has to come together. They clearly have the capacity to sustain the government in place.
And do you see any parallels between this withdrawal and what happened in Vietnam, with some people feeling...
None whatsoever. Zero. What you had entire brigades breaking through the gates of our embassy. 6, if I'm not mistaken. The Taliban is not the North Vietnamese army. They're not remotely comparable in terms of capability. There's going to be no circumstance where you see people being lifted off the roof of a embassy of the United States from Afghanistan. It is not at all comfortable. So the question now is, where do they go from here? That the jury is still out. But the likelihood there's going to be the Taliban overrunning everything and owning the whole country is highly unlikely.
All right, fast forward. Fast forward 40 days. Let's say 6 weeks. Here's President Biden with George Stephanopoulos of ABC News.
When you look at what's happened over the last week, was it a failure of intelligence, planning, execution, or judgment?
Look, I don't think it was a fair. Look, it was a simple choice, George. When the Taliban, let me put it another way. When you had the government of Afghanistan, the leader of that government getting in a plane and taking off and going to another country, when you saw the significant collapse of the Afghan troops we had trained, up to 300,000 of them, just leaving their equipment and taking off. That was, that's what happened. That's simply what happened.
But we've all seen the pictures. We've seen those hundreds of people packed into a C-17. We've seen Afghans falling.
That was 4 days ago, 5 days ago.
What did you think when you first saw those pictures?
What I thought was we have to gain control of this. We have to move this more quickly. We have to move in a way in which we can take control of that airport. And we did.
So you don't think this could have been handled, this actually could have been handled better in any way? No mistakes?
No, I don't think it could have been handled in a way that we're going to go back in hindsight and look, but the idea that somehow there's a way to have gotten out without chaos ensuing, I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that happened.
So for you, that was always priced into the decision?
Yes.
Jay.
Yes. People falling from the C-17 was planned. It was all planned. We knew that was going to happen. That 17-year-old football star, we knew he was going to die right then and there. It was pre-fate.
It is all part of the plan. By the way, Jay, couldn't help but notice how orange Joe Biden looked in that. We can finally get back to our war cry of orange man bad.
Thank God. I mean, either
he's darker than me.
Or you live long enough to be the next orange man.
Seriously.
The guy's 78 years old. I mean, goddamn.
I mean, Jay, look, he said it couldn't be handled any differently. I guess we got to take him at his word and know that he has an earpiece telling him everything to say and do. Look, the man, his brain is gone. It's one of those things. And look, I've been mad at presidents many times. I've been mad at George Bush for many things. And I almost feel like I'm going insane over this whole thing with Joe Biden because all of a sudden I feel like I'm turning into a resistance lib, but it's for Joe Biden. Because I cannot rack my brain around this whole debacle and have people like Jen Yazuki tell us that things are fine even though the sky is fucking falling. And there is literally a clip, I think from today, in which Jen Psaki tells, I believe it's Fox News White House reporter Peter Doocy, that this was a success. I have the clip right here.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Jen. Is there any concern that maybe trying to reach this deadline and get everybody out, mistakes are being made now that there is a report that at least one of the Afghans evacuated to Qatar has suspected ISIS ties?
Well, first I would say we have a stringent vetting process which includes background checks before any individual comes to the United States. So I can't speak to one individual, but I can tell you and confirm for you that we take the vetting of any individual who comes to the United States and comes out incredibly seriously. And it's an extensive process. I would say that this is now on track, Peter, to be the largest airlift in U.S. history. And that is bringing American citizens out. It is bringing our Afghan partners out. It is bringing allies out. So no, I would not say that is anything but a success.
Before I kick over to you, Jay, Nate Beebe, thank you, says, come, Mr. Taliban, Taliban, banana. Daylight coming, I dropped the bomb. Jay, why do I have this one up? I should have this one up instead. There we go.
Return of the Habibis. No,
Jay, I mean, are you also going insane like I am? I mean, tell me I'm just going crazy.
No, you're not, because the thing is that we would see calls for impeachment unless we just saw that not even a year ago. We saw the turn up to 11 that the media would play in trying to hold these people accountable. And now when it comes to this, they're all fucking silent. We're not hearing anything. There's no heartfelt fucking poems being read, especially as people are falling from the sky, as we saw Jim Acosta so bravely do when he was at the press briefings under the Trump administration. We're not hearing Brian Stelter, the guy who came up with the how refreshing fucking Chiron on CNN, come out and say how wrong he was and how much this administration has been lying to the American people's faces. And it's not just over the Afghanistan debacle. It's over a bunch of things that they lied about during the campaign trail. But the fact checkers are completely fucking silent over this shit. And you have like Dickface Dale over at CNN who would fact check over Trump saying that what's her name? That Clinton took a hammer to an iPhone. He's like, nope, that's a lie. That's a bald-faced lie, you fucking liar. That's 50 lies right over there. It was a fucking BlackBerry, you fucking lying liar. And then over here, it's just like, excuse me, guys, but Biden misspoke. Okay, when he said that there was no Al-Qaeda there, what he meant to say was there's a little bit of Al-Qaeda there. Like
just a sliver of Al-Qaeda.
Just a sliver.
Al-Qaeda won. Diet Al-Qaeda.
Yeah. I mean, all they have is like an Al-Qaeda member as an official member and an official admin member of the Taliban. That's it. That's all they got. I mean, come on. He just misspoke a little bit. But that fucking liar fucking lying about the BlackBerry. It was a BlackBerry, not a fucking iPhone, you fucking lying liar. I mean, where did their balls go? Where did they go? It's just, it just amplifies and shows them for what they really are.
You know who has the biggest balls of anyone in the media? I'll let you guess.
Siraj
Jay.
Hashmi. I was going to say Siraj Hashmi.
No, I don't have possession of my balls. They're my wife's purse, okay? I can't check the size of them. And even if I could, they're not there. Jennifer Rubin is the only one in media who has the balls to say something like this, tweeting out yesterday. Taliban is asking, not telling. We are asking the Americans, please change your policy and don't encourage Afghans to leave. Thank you. Thank you, Queen. This is beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. They're asking. They're not telling, not saying. No, they ask the Americans. Yeah, because that's what the Taliban do. They're very diplomatic. They just ask. I mean, they're diplomatic under the accordance of Sharia law.
Noah Chin says Clarissa Ward. Actually, she legitimately, no snark at all, has bigger balls than both me and Jay combined.
Absolutely. I mean, to be
essentially 100%.
Oof. She's the reason why we have a lot of reporting and like video evidence of what's going on and what's happening in a lot of the areas outside of just video, phone videos and stuff.
She had to leave. She had to leave Afghanistan.
Of course, because I mean, I don't blame her. I don't blame her. I am so like surprised that she stayed for as long as she did. I mean, after they first attacked her, I'm like, please get out of there. Like, please just get the hell out of there as fast as you can, because they are going to kill you. They will.
Yeah.
That's the thing that people don't understand. The Taliban, the mentality of Taliban and the members of the Taliban is very barbaric. They're barbarians with iPhones. That is what the Taliban is right now. And now they're barbarians with American grade weaponry, $80 billion worth of it. So when you hear like rumors, or when you hear sources or accounts of them dragging people out of their homes and shooting them in the street, this is true. This is what they are. They're barbaric beasts. They do not have the sense of rationale or understanding of the world like normal people do. They really don't. They're like 150 years behind us. Mm-hmm. You cannot have a diplomatic relations with them. You're not going to be sitting there talking to them, asking them about their day, and then saying, what can we do about trade? No, that's not what's going to happen. And for them, like Jen Psaki saying, well, this is us seeing this is what the Taliban want to show us, what they want to be on the international stage. They don't give a fuck about your international stage, you fucking bitch. They don't care. They don't give a shit. You think they want to sit down next to infidels and shit and discuss like, oh, hey, Israel, hey, how you doing? What did you do today? They don't give a fuck about that stuff. This is like stupid garbage thinking. It really is. And we have let go of Afghanistan was to have a base in Afghanistan the way that we did was an insane positive towards national security. Insane positive. The location, how close it is to Russia. All of these things was amazing for us. And for him to completely fuck it up the way that he did. I mean, withdrawal, that's fine. But at least have support. At least have the ability for them to do their jobs. But they didn't even give him that opportunity.
Yeah. Avex9 says Daniel Dell tweets out the president's schedule these days. It's a really important job, and he fact-checked McCarthy this morning. Yeah, I did see that fact check of McCarthy. Yeah, he's just a complete hack. And I was reading through that fact check of McCarthy, and it was specifically focusing on Afghan refugees, and basically it was looking like everything that McCarthy was saying it could have been, like an exaggeration and maybe a mischaracterization, but like he's not like he's like the House minority leader. He's not like the kingmaker of the conservative movement. Like 9 out of 10 conservatives fucking hate Kevin McCarthy. He doesn't speak. He doesn't speak for anyone within the conservative movement. Fucking everyone hates him. And Jay, just to your point about everything with the way the withdrawal happened. Like, look, I'm in support of withdrawal. Just the way it happened was fucking horrific. They did not allow safe passage for anyone to get out of Afghanistan. As soon as the Taliban took over, that was it. They were taking people's passports, both American citizens and Afghan citizens, and they were snuffing out any Afghan that helped the United States government during the United States, the 20 years that we were there. I don't understand. There is no incentive. Allow me to restate this. I don't understand or could not fathom any country or any group of people working with the United States government ever again, given what took place these last couple of weeks. There is no incentive to ever cooperate with the United States government, given how we treat our friends and allies. We treat them like absolute garbage. We treat that we don't even give them a guarantee. Not only do we don't even we just never follow through on the guarantees and the promises that they should be given. If they help the United States government and we guarantee them, say, a visa or a place to relocate after this is all over, specifically like translators and people helping with recon and intel, how are we not going to help those people? Those are people now. Those are the number one targets of the Taliban right now. and
Right, and they're already
they're
killing
having, and not only killing them, they're killing their family members, they're killing their friends. They've already killed journalists, and that's just not getting out there. And the Biden administration is fucking telling us that, oh, this is the most successful airlift in history. Bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Jen Psaki, Kate Bedingfield, President Biden, Antony Blinken, Kamala Harris, they're all fucking liars. They're all liars. Like, I have never been more incensed by a Democratic administration than I have by this one. Like, this is beyond reprehensible. It's unforgivable. Right. And obviously, Jay, I've written about I've tweeted about it, I've written about it, my own personal experience being and living in Pakistan when I was growing up. 9/11 happened when I was 13 years old. I was a freshman in high school, and the Taliban, in coordination with Al Qaeda, put a bounty on all American heads in Afghanistan and Pakistan, because the Taliban has presence in Pakistan as well as Afghanistan.
Yeah.
The border along Afghanistan and Pakistan is very porous. It's basically like one country, as far as I'm concerned. But it's probably more porous than the U.S.-Mexico border, if that could give you like a good, frame of reference right there.
Right.
And within 10 days after 9/11, me and my family were gone because, just look at me for one. Without the beard, I'm even whiter. And when I was a kid, I was the whitest fucking thing in Pakistan. And like, everybody be like, oh yeah, he's definitely American. They kill me. Absolutely. They would kill me first.
Before anyone else. But it would be hilarious to see how that would have turned out. Like, if you were taken by the Taliban, and then instead of killing you, like, they were like, wait, we can use him. We can actually make him into a cell. He knows the ways of the white Americans and stuff. So in total seriousness, that could be happening right now. You probably are a sleeper cell for the Taliban right now.
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Right. And this
I
is
actually
the
am in Afghanistan right now. No joke. That's why my internet's consistently awful.
Being in Florida, Afghanistan, what's the difference?
No difference whatsoever.
But honestly, this is the iconic message that the Biden administration has been given to all of our allies. This is it right here.
Yep. Don't even have to say anything. That is the image that has been left with me. It's been the image that's been left with a lot of Americans and just people of the world. Here's the thing, and Jay, this is what makes me so fucking angry, is the fact that Biden ran a fucking campaign on being competent, on being someone who would bring experience back to the White House. And what did they do? They run a fucking shit show. And what do they do after the shit show happens? They blame it on their predecessor. They blame it on Trump. They say, oh, Trump should have never dealt with the Taliban. Look, I was skeptical of Trump dealing with the Taliban. And when they announced that deal, that peace deal in Qatar in early 2020, I actually went to the State Department and I sat in for, I was invited by the State Department to sit down in the briefing with the State Department comms team and report on it. And I was, for one, I was a bit surprised that they had reached an agreement, but I was also skeptical that anything would really take place. The ceasefire didn't last that long. The ceasefire between the U.S. military and the Taliban, it lasted maybe like a week. And I was like, yeah, I expected this. This is who we're dealing with. Okay.
Right.
And after that, they didn't continue dealing with them. And especially because COVID fucked everything up. So obviously there was no deals to be made after that. But the fact that Biden comes in and being like, we're going to change the system. We're going to bring back, competency, and we're going to, I'm going to bring in the best people and everything's going to go back to normal. Well, congratulations. We're probably going to get back to normal. And that normal is going to be what happened 20 years ago with the September 11th terrorist attacks. And I'm already seeing, And Jay, like I feel like history is repeating itself because I see people like that dumb fuck Marjorie Taylor Greene saying that Islam is not a religion of peace. Like, get the fuck out of here. I mean, seriously, like this is like if you are making assumptions about an entire religion based on the actions of a fucking extremist group to the Taliban, please get your head out of your ass. Just get it out of your ass.
It's like saying all Catholics are pedophiles because obviously
it just drives me nuts.
No, it really is, and it's sad that that type of talk is coming back into the foray because they're going to take the worst of it. They're going to showcase all of this blood that the Taliban was spill, and then blame it on the religion, and it sucks. It really is. I mean, as you know, I'm an atheist and stuff, but I lived and grew up as a Muslim, especially during the 9/11 attacks. I was actually here in Oklahoma when that happened. And the narrative that was portrayed on it and on how like Islam is not a religion of peace and all this kind of stuff was very sickening because the thing about here in the United States, especially here in the United States, the Muslims here just reach out to them and you will see they're nothing like anything you see in Afghanistan, Pakistan, fucking even in Saudi Arabia or Iran or any of these other places. They actually hold the values that the United States have to share. And to that point, like that's the amazing thing about the United States. When immigrants come here to the United States, it's something about this country that transforms them into seeing and wanting those values. So I'm very excited for all of these Afghans that are going to be coming to this country after all of this is happening. And I hope we can get more out of Taliban rule, especially the people that helped the United States government.
Hey, Stop 369, thank you. Says we not holding up promises is the point. Leftist view back to the Vietnam War that the U.S. is evil. Those that support us get what they deserve. Oh, leftist view. That's their view. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things that it drives me nuts about how like people who come here to the United States, like if you were to put a plane on the tarmac in Kabul right now, and just say, hey, this plane is going to America, it will be filled within seconds. Like and I don't even have to tell you to imagine that because that is what actually happened. They filled like 600 people on that first flight out of Kabul. Like
they filled it so much that people were hanging out of the gears. They filled it so much that they're hanging out of the gears.
Think of how many people died simply trying to take that chance to come to the United States. Not even just to, it may not even have been about getting to the United States so much as they knew what was at stake under the Taliban. They knew that their freedoms were at risk. They knew that everything that they fought so hard for was collapsing and their lives were going to go back to right before 9/11 and under Taliban rule, and that women were going to continue to be oppressed. And the fact that, like, Jay, I mean, like, we did a cold open on like this is the new Taliban. Like, they legit are trying to meme and market their way into being accepted by the global community. And the fact that, like, you have like the Chinese Communist Party recognizing the Taliban as the official government of Afghanistan, obviously it's expected. I'm not shocked by it, but I'm still sickened by it. And the way that the Biden administration is handling things now with the Taliban, it only I can't help but think that they are going to recognize the Taliban as the official government of Afghanistan, despite the fact that the United States installed this government had propped up this government for the last 20 years.
It's going to be sad. It's going to be so sad to see that happening, and it already is, because you have the defense secretary. What is the name? Blinken?
No, that's the Secretary of State, Tony Blinken.
Yes, and how he was saying, like, we're in coordinates, or we're communicating with the Taliban, and they are assuring us of free passage. bitch there to the Taliban. How the fuck can you say that with a straight face? How the fuck can you say any of that kind of garbage with a straight face?
Yeah.
And one of the worst aspects of it was Jen Psaki when she was saying to Peter Dowsey, because he's the only one who will ask these questions, how it's very irresponsible to say that there will be anyone stranded afterwards. I predict, and I'm not the only one, because I'm stupid as shit. So there are other smarter people out there that are also predicting this too, that we're going to see a huge hostage crisis happening soon. And I shit you not, I would not be surprised if we see another pallet of cash going to terrorists and enemies of the United States, as we saw with the Obama administration happening again with the Biden administration with the Taliban. I honestly see it happening.
And honestly, it's going to get worse because now the Taliban's hitting the gym. Just look at this shit. They're making literal fucking workout hype videos right now.
I know, it's insane. And actually, the music that you had behind
oh, you know it, don't
behind
you?
it, yeah, no, that was really good. I enjoyed that. It was getting me hyped up. Like, I want to go lift weights right now. I mean, I don't lift during HPH because I drink a lot, and then I go and get like 30 tacos afterwards. That's my workout. Like eating 30 tacos.
And I mean, this shit gets worse because obviously, as this is all happening, and look, there has been a number of things that have happened within the U.S. that, look, you got people like the elite. Oh, let me just fucking show you the clip. I fucking hate everyone in this.
To be honest, you did a better shimmy. You did a better shimmy. I wish you had the video right there, right now. Like, compared to Stephen Colbert, your shimmy, like when you were at the wedding,
I think I have it right here, actually. I had to save the best part. I had to leave it and keep going. So that shimmy.
It was too good. That shimmy was absolute fucking amazing. I love that shimmy. That
shimmy. Man.
We do what's it called? The Arab shimmy. We call it the Arab shimmy. Me and my brother, we used to always we go to clubs and we go to all these places and we just do the Arab shimmy. It's Or if you're in the U.S. Congress, if you're in the U.S. Senate, and while the shit show that's happening over in Afghanistan, you go dance with Stephen Colbert. Oh, look at me. Fucking garbage people, man.
Sai Kiran Reddy Ricretti. Sorry, I keep butchering that last part of his name. Sorry about that. But thank you. There is a very small number of people in between the extreme takes on Islam as a religion of peace. Majid Nawaz is holding that nuanced boat steady, and the ACLU called him an anti-Islam extremist. Also, screw MTG. Yeah, she does suck a lot.
She does. And it was really funny that they did call Majid Nawaz an anti-Islamist. Like, that was...
Oh, you got to get him on because I gotta understand his point of view. I just don't get where he's coming from. But anyways, Asaf says, "I'm just glad that we have no mean tweets." And Ayu says, "I'm ready for cringe vaccine songs." Oh, are you ready for some cringe? Oh, I got some cringe for you.
Are. Rumble, here it comes.
Well, that's the thing, Jay. This particular one just dropped today. You ready for it?
Always.
About. When in public, wear a mask, just a teeny weeny task. It helps keep us safe and sound, health and care all around. On your mouth and on your nose, good to cover both of those.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Google Assistant, for that.
Absolutely beautiful. The dictation was beautiful. Straight to the point, all of it. It's way too good.
You love to see it. I guess that now is a good time to segue into motherfuck. God damn it, Carl says, "Okay, I'm here now. Restart the show, please."
All right,
Carl.
hold on. I gotta go put the makeup on.
Yeah, let's go here. Let me.
You missed it. Holy shit!
All right, let's go. Let's go, Jay. Oh. See, look what you make us do. All right. Are you happy now? Are you happy now, Carl?
Carl, fuck you, Carl. Fuck you. The shit we do for a $5 fucking bill. Like,
Jesus, $5 is $5, Jay. You gotta.
That's true.
Yeah. So, anyways. But
why do I look like I'm in a straitjacket? But anyways.
Thank you, Carl. As we continue to get dressed to restart the show, I guess we have no choice but to introduce Rumble to this.
I got the vaccine, you got the vaccine, they got the vaccine, we got the vaccine. We can get back to normal, let me inform you, let's all get the vaccine. It's about community immunity. I'm talking unity for you and me. If Doc says it's good, then trust me, it's good. Now let's all get the vaccine. Alright, there is none higher. DMC, I will inspire. Time for us to trust and not debate. The vaccine, believe it's safe to take. 9 out of 10 people won't get sick. That's 90% effective and legit. This COVID thing is real and it will find you. It's killing our people. Let me remind you. Back in the days, there was polio, smallpox. Back in the days, measles and mumps, man. Back in the days, but because of the vaccines, none of those days. They work to trigger immunity. 2 shots, we got antibody security. We gotta act now. No need to wait. Get your vaccine before it's too late. For real.
And we're already demonetized on the wrong.
I just demonetized, like banned completely.
Yeah, banned completely. Yeah, so Jay, shifting gears a little bit to Australia, it is a fucking mess down there. They have put down every single COVID-19 restriction you can name. I mean, let me just start off by playing this little report here from Aussie TV. I don't even know the fucking name of the channel. I can just tell you that shit is bonkers.
Can parents look out for maybe language that they use, their young sons might be using,
telltale
or
signs,
behaviour that they might have?
Yes, they can. So there are lots of bits of language that might be red flags, referring to people as normies or as triggered. Normies is the word incels use for people outside their community. Triggered, based, cucked, describing being red-pilled or black-pilled, which are words they use to describe being infiltrated into the ideology. And it's worth saying as well.
Yeah, that was the wrong one. That was another Aussie report about how...
It was so fucking insane, that report, though. Like, to say some people are red-pilled. I mean, we come on here and say you're cucked all the time. Doesn't mean we're fucking Nazis.
Seriously. I mean, Jay, that's because...
Stating fact.
Jay, just because my wife has a boyfriend doesn't mean I'm a cuck, okay?
No, it's the fact that you like watching them that makes you a cuck.
That too. Anyways, here's the report.
It's those doing the wrong thing driving our record case numbers. Among the most concerning cases, a COVID patient who's tonight on the run from a hotspot. Police and health authorities have issued an urgent appeal.
Anthony Karam knows he is COVID positive when he steps into this public lift. Already breaking so many rules, he doesn't bother to cover his mouth as he sneezes and splutters. The 27-year-old is still infectious but has gone missing from his Wentworth Point apartment. A warrant now issued for his arrest.
This 27-year-old chap, who apparently has expressed the view that he doesn't care less whether he spreads the virus, is one example of the worst of the worst.
There's little sympathy for anyone ignoring the health orders, even this group of teenagers caught partying after dark at the bottom of the North Bondi Cliffs. Herded to higher ground by Polaire's spotlight and speaker, the 8 boys were placed in handcuffs and left to explain a $1,000 fine to mum.
681 penalty infringement notices issued in the last 24 hours. More than 400 of those notices were again for people being outside of their home without a reasonable excuse.
Sideline Sharks player Josh Dugan denies lying to police when he was found a long way from Sydney. The 31-year-old stopped at 11:30 last night in Lithgow, where he allegedly told officers he was moving to the area and feeding animals before admitting to visiting a friend. He and a passenger turned back to Sydney, only to be pulled over a second time, travelling in the wrong direction. The NRL is investigating and criminal charges could be laid. It's getting harder and harder to hide if you're doing the wrong thing, especially in the construction industry, a crackdown following on from the recent shutdown. Workers sent home if their paperwork isn't in check.
It is a struggle, but it's it's just what has to be done. Like, nobody likes telling people to go home. They've all got families to feed.
Our cameras rolling on another random blitz in Marsden Park.
Authorising me under the Public Health Act.
Inspectors have asked these tradesmen to show proof of their QR check-in as well as identification and vaccination records. One of the men here is from Campsie and he doesn't have his documentation, so he's being sent home. He may lose a chunk of his pay too if officers follow through with a fine. Tiffany Genders, 9 News.
For breaking news, turn to Peter Overton, nightly at 6.
No, sorry.
God damn it. You just let it play forever. Like
Ever and ever. Sorry about that, Habibis. But
all the way.
Just to give you an idea of the draconian measures, the local government of New South Wales, which is probably the most populous government, a local government in Australia, put down 15 impounded dogs in an attempt to keep workers safe from coronavirus. They're literally killing dogs over COVID fears, Jay, in Australia.
It's insane. It's insane. And let me just say, we have friends that actually want to impose this type of shit and this type of ideology here in the United States when it comes to COVID. That's how scared they are of the shit. You have people like Allah Pundit. I don't know if you guys know who this fuck is on Twitter. He's a little scared piece of shit.
Bro, what happened to him? What happened to him?
He became look, what my thought process to it is that he's a fat, garbage eating person.
He went
that is
full
scared
limb.
as shit of COVID. He's just scared of COVID. That's what it is.
You think?
Trump came in, he broke his brain, and then he became terrified of COVID. That's what it is. And to have something like COVID, 100%. And to have something like COVID end up ruining and wrecking your life the way that the Australian government has been doing it, and you actually thinking that this is a good idea, has you fucked in the fucking brain. I mean, he even shared opinion pieces stating that masking children will actually help their learning. when it's known forever that the way that children learn the best is by facial expressions, by being able to read your lips and expressions on how you're teaching something or stating something. It's fucking garbage. It really
Fucking
is.
insane.
And COVID, it went from Trump to breaking these people's brains to COVID breaking these people's hearts, spirits, mentality. Like you name it, COVID has broken it. It's insane.
The shit is a psyop for more government control. We know it. We know it. We know it's happening.
100%.
Quran says today's Australian government measures are literally the reason for the Second Amendment. Looks like the gun buyback program argument went straight out of the window. Sorry, I was trying to do a fucking Aussie accent. Rachel Kaplan says, in news so bad it can only happen now. Afghanistan was set have a seat on the UN Commission on Women's Rights, and they have already said that they get to keep it. So yes, the Taliban will now officially be on the UN Women's Rights body. That's pretty fucking depressing. Here in the United States, here in the United States, there have been a lot of things happening on COVID. You have mask mandates being implemented in places like Oregon. You have you're seeing COVID passports basically being implemented in New York City. You have Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick basically blaming Black people in Texas for the COVID-19 surge. And I'm just trying to, everybody has gone fucking insane, Jay. There are too many people who are either, one, actively trying to impose more control on your life, or two, are useful idiots because of the first option. There's no in between. There are tons of people who are in charge who should not have power, and it is driving me nuts, sir. I am going to tell you here, sir. I am going to blow my head out because you have this racist piece of shit, Dan Patrick. You have in New York City, they're being draconian. In Oregon, they have their Kate Brown, she is being outdoor mask mandate. It is all garbage, sir. It is piece of shit.
It is. And the funny thing is, people who wish for vaccine mandates to New York City is our apartheid state. It's an apartheid city. That's what it is. And the people who are going to be affected the most are minorities. And the same thing with Louisiana as well. The government over there is doing the exact same thing. These policies are more or less apartheid. We're bringing back Jim Crow, and it's not by voting laws, it's by vaccine mandates. That's what's bringing
Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. That is, I'd say, unfair, sir. Okay? Unfair. You want to know why? It's because it is not based on race. It is not based on race. But people's personal choices. Okay?
No, I understand that, but what the reason why I'm saying it's that way is because of the lack of vaccination coming from minority communities. The most vaccine community by race here in the United States right now, over 70%, or I think over 60% is the white community. There's only 25% of the Black community here right now vaccinated, and minorities in general are less. So that's the reason why I compare it to apartheid, and especially towards. So
you're saying because people of different racial demographics are not getting the vaccine, that basically there's going to be another racial apartheid.
Yes. And they were stating that, voter ID is hard because Black people can't get a fucking driver's license. But now you have this state, hard fact from the CDC. These statistics are from the CDC. And these people are praise the government and all this kind of stuff, but they don't want to take into account what the CDC is telling you. They have this narrative in their head that they think that the only people who are not getting the vaccine are white Trump supporters. Those are the
Right.
only
There is
people who are not
vaccine
getting it.
hesitancy across the board. And, I'm actually interested. So the CDC, no, FDA finally approved the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine, full approval, full FDA approval. And they're giving it a name like "come in your face," something like that, "Camarati" or something like that. And I don't think that's going to change a whole lot of people. That was one excuse that people were using, and I think it was a valid excuse. But now those people don't have an excuse. If they don't get the vaccine now, and it got full FDA approval, then I think there's going to be a go-to. So I think it's going to come from, again, this is one of those things where it's going to come from a lot of people, not just Trump supporters. It just so happens that Trump supporters happen to be the most vocal about it, and that is, oh, fuck the FDA, I don't trust them. And
right.
I mean, nothing says that than this clip right here of President Trump speaking in Alabama. Watch this shit.
I recommend take the vaccines. I did it. It's good. Take the vaccines. But no, that's okay. That's all right. You got your freedoms. But I happen to take the vaccine.
The man is getting booed for telling people to get the vaccine, which is fucking amazing. It's like I wish I had the clip on me in this on the platform here. I have to find it, but it is literally when Gary Johnson at the 2016 Libertarian presidential debate spoke in favor of government-issued driver's license, people getting government-issued driver's licenses to drive a car, and was fucking booed for it at the Libertarian presidential convention. It's like that level of parody. I just do not understand it. Billy Finn says, Siraj, say you're a very bad man, Jerry Seinfeld, in the Pakistani accent. Okay, I did it. Let me say it one more time. You, sir, are a very bad man, Jerry Seinfeld.
Very good. Very beautiful.
Oh, no,
And
it is very good. Very good.
Very good. You know what's really
good.
hilarious about that clip too? Is that the narrative that the media like to portray is that Trump never tried to support people to get vaccinated. Never. Since day one, never. And now they're saying the same thing about DeSantis. And the funniest thing about that is that since day one, DeSantis was telling people to go out and get vaccinated. But also,
I remember,
respect your freedom.
Remember like four or 5 months ago, the 60 Minutes ran a hit piece on DeSantis saying that there was a pay for play happening, and that the CEO of Publix was basically made a campaign donation to Ron DeSantis. And then what do you know? Next, every single Publix grocery store in Florida is allowing people to get the vaccine for free, there's a Publix literally every single block within Florida, with the exception of probably the Everglades. Don't you want people to get the vaccine? I don't understand this logic. First of all, not only was there not a pay for play with Ron DeSantis, because again, Publix was not the first grocery store chain in Florida to even get the vaccine distributed to them. That was Walgreens and CVS, in addition to all the adult care facilities and hospitals as well. So that's 4 different layers right there before it even hit Publix. And so that hit piece by 60 Minutes was dragged because it was such garbage. It was such a piece of shit. And look, I think there are some people who still have vaccine hesitancy, and look, some people will have medical exemptions. Some people can't get it specifically because of those medical exemptions. And we're going to start becoming a far more ableist society because that person can't get the vaccine because it could really hurt them. But at the same time, we're now going to limit their movements and limit who they can see, limit where they can go, where they can do business, and where they can travel based on whether or not they get a vaccine, when we know they have medical exemptions for it. In New York City, they are taking away that medical exemption clause. Basically, you have to get the vaccine or go anywhere within the city. And it's, people are going to suffer even more because of that. And I just,
Right.
Everybody's brain's broken. Hold on, real quick. Sai Karan Reddy says the New York Times reported that the Taliban are locking down women nationwide for 2 weeks to let the jihadists learn about women's rights. CRT has infiltrated the Taliban with diversity trainings. Hey, this is the new improved Taliban, right, guys?
It's the new improved Taliban.
And then Sean, thank you, says some African Americans are afraid to get the vaccine because they would polio, smallpox can end the day. I am not sure if that is true.
I'm not sure we understood exactly what you wrote.
Yeah, I don't even know what the comment was. Sorry, Sean. When you come to America, speak fucking English.
God damn it, Sean! Like seriously,
Sean, I want you to speak the English, sir. If you do not speak the English, I cannot understand what the fuck you are saying. Shut the hell up your mouth.
No, please. I mean, when you're trying to sell donuts behind the cashier over in 7-Eleven, you need to speak English a little bit more proper.
Okay, says, welcome back, Siraj and Jay. HPH was missed. Siraj, I'm so impressed with your dedication to a theme. Not only does the background look like a cave on the outskirts of Tora Bora, the audio sounds like it's inside an Afghan cave. Enjoy Rumble.
Right. I mean, it is kind of echoey over on your end. I'm not going to lie.
Shit, I thought I had that. I guess not.
No. What you need to do is bring, like, you need to learn from Joe Rogan. It needs to be a fist away from your face,
like this. Exactly like this. Now you're getting the BB ASMR hour.
Right over here, and then it's
absolutely
sure. Faye,
hell yeah.
Faye, do you feel your balls having goosebumps? I'm trying to give you goosebumps in your balls, Faye. Faye, do you hear this? I think you do. Hey, Faye.
Yeah, this is turning into a BB ASMR hour. Yeah, look, there's a lot to be said about everything going on with COVID, and we try to get to everything. I know there's gonna be stuff we're missing, but on the bright side, we do have a premium episode coming out this week. Who's our guest this week, Jay?
We got Batya. She is the opinion editor over at Newsweek. She is absolutely hysterical, especially with her banter on Twitter between her and I. I think you Habibis are going to really enjoy the episode with her. She was the opinion editor in chief of the Forward before she moved over at Newsweek.
The Jewish Daily Forward.
Yes, and to be honest, it's a testament to the peace process over in the Middle East, because she gave you and I spots over on Newsweek with our opinion pieces. So
and the Forward as well. So
right, that too.
Yeah. So we are, the Sharia is creeping in, and we're getting help from her. Thank God. And now is time for our favorite segment, Habibis. And for those of you who are new to the program, it is our favorite segment. It is Ask Us Anything. So literally ask us any question. We are looking at both chats, all the chats involved. So go ahead and ask us anything, and we'll try to bring up your question onto the screen.
Yes.
Sai Karan says, Delta variant breaking down the hospitals is cited as the reason for lockdowns. The data suggests that there is a dip in cases every weekend. Why? I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. Sarah Johnson says, how much did you miss us? Very. We miss you so much, because there was, just in general, we love hanging with the Habibis. But also, I missed you, Jay. I
miss you too. I really did. Even though we were always texting each other and sending
and even though we were texting each other every day and sending dick pics, right?
Bro, I mean, you just need to you ask questions about the growth on your ball and taint.
Yeah, hold on one second. Let me get you this. Hold on one second. All right, I'll send that to you. You got it?
Is that a mole or is that your tick?
All right, moving on. Let's see. Noah Chin says, Jay, do you think Newsom gets recalled?
Inshallah. Inshallah. I hope he does. Yes.
Yeah. Javi says, whose ass is best ass?
Korean ass. Oh, sorry. No, that's sorry. Japanese cuisine is delicious.
Faye says, Siraj Jay, just give us a ballpark. How much would be enough to convince you to never take your shirts off again? It's honestly the horror that I can sense in the chat is priceless. So
right.
There is no price tag on that. Sorry.
$300
We're always gonna take the shirts off for you. So Jay, you been working out? Looking good.
A little.
Don't let that mic get too close between your titties, okay? Then you're gonna have to put the porno banner on there. Janok says, Jay, what did your girlfriend say about using her lipstick?
She's the one who put it on. She did a pretty good job too. I mean, because she doesn't usually wear lipstick, but she did a pretty good job. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it looks good.
It was.
Big Ray says,
good.
who's thicker, Siraj or Jay? Definitely Jay. Have you seen that ass?
I have been doing my squats. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I have been doing my squats.
That is agreed. Daniel says, do you promise to never bring girl Siraj back? The amount of simping I saw was upsetting. Hold on. Let me find for the record.
Just
for those.
Please
put
it up there.
Yeah, I gotta put it up here. It is probably one of the most disturbing things on Twitter, but I love it because it disturbs everyone besides me.
I would. I'm not gonna lie. I would eat girl Siraj's ass. I mean, I know.
I know you would. I mean, just look, Jay.
You know that right there has a thick ass. Like, and she's probably into the Kama Sutra too. I mean, because she looks a little bit more, South Asian than you do. To be honest, let's just put it out.
She really does look more South Asian than me.
Yes, she does. She really does look. She looks Indian or Pakistani. She does.
That really upsets me too. It really upsets me. Nate Beebe says, was Jay titty fucking his mic? Yes, that's what I was worried about, Nate.
I did titty fuck my mic. That's 100% what just happened.
Essentially. Fuck, I get up.
I need to get another drink. I'm all out.
You get another drink. I'll read some more comments. Let's see here. Billy Finn says, Girl Siraj is the finest non-blonde not named Rachel Kaplan. Ooh, bunk. But also nice shot. That was a good shot. Let's see. Rachel then says, if I didn't have to get it in order to travel, I would not have gotten it, at least not for many months. I mean, I had COVID. I'm sorry you had COVID. Faye says, so I can't see you shirtless. Too bad. As the millennials say, tough titty. I saw a comment here. Hold on one second. Sarah Johnson asks, what prompted Hot Girl Siraj? I believe it was Hot Girl Summer. Jen says, Girl Siraj is hot. Lego Man says, Siraj, what will be your first article at Teen Vogue? See, the reason why I changed my Twitter profile picture to this is because basically this. Allegra Kirkland over at Teen Vogue tweeted out, I'm looking for more people who can write sharp, timely op-eds on U.S. politics for Teen Vogue, especially as the midterms get closer. Rates start at $250. Email me, Allegra Kirkland at Condé Nast with pitches or questions. And so I changed my profile picture and then asked her, hi, Allegra, I'd like to hear more about this exciting opportunity because they would never give me a writing gig as a man. And then she deleted the tweet. So
was it right after that she deleted the tweet, or did she just find somebody to do it and that's why she deleted the tweet?
Well, I certainly didn't help. I didn't help. So Sham says, can you see Bantness? Bantness? I mean, I'm wearing jorts after all, right? Right? I'm wearing jorts.
Ooh, can't see you Bantness. Ooh.
Blake says, Siraj, thank you for chatting with me on Sunday. Of course, Blake. Happy to. Had a good convo with him. Let's see. What else? Girl Siraj, boy Siraj, ass is ass, says Ryan Chinigo.
Exactly.
No Cal Matt over on Rumble says, I have to take my dog out to relieve himself, and the show went to hell in 3 minutes, almost faster than Afghanistan. I'm sorry, Matt. I'm sorry to do that to you. But glad you could at least watch and then come back to this. Billy Finn says, Rachel, number 1, Rachel, 2, Girl Siraj, 3, everyone else.
I'm fine with number 3. Thank you, Bill. Thank you for putting me at number 3, Bill, on your list of would. You would do me at number 3. Thank you.
Andrew Dorsey says, how many milk crates could the average Taliban get over? Have you seen this challenge, Jay? I don't think I have any videos of it, but it is insane.
Absolutely crazy. And like people see what happens to them stupid. And they still do it. And it's like, why are you even trying? Why even try to do this challenge when you know what's going to happen?
Yeah. So, so for those of you who are completely unfamiliar with what we're talking about, this is like the milk crate challenge. It's people stacking up milk crates in stair succession, going up and then down. And if you catch any of these videos, people are like killing themselves going up and down them. There are a few who are successful. There was one guy who actually rolled a blunt while going up and down and was successful. He actually like had the perfect balance, and then as soon as he got to the final step, he lit that blunt up, and it was, I gotta say, pretty legendary. It was also funny because as this has basically become an Olympic sport in and of itself,
right.
I already can envision the Chinese Communist Party studying these videos and trying to figure out how they're going to force millions of children into the milk crate challenge to beat the Americans.
It's going to be hilarious. But next time I'm down there, once I come visit you, we should try and do a mini milk crate challenge. I think. I mean, I don't think we should do like the whole thing that they're doing, because the way we're going to do it is going to be in distachas and kufis. Is that what it's called? No, not kufis. Kufis?
Inshallah. Yeah, distachas and shamaks.
Shamaks and kafayas.
Fuzzy says, question for Jay. Now that you've moved, what is your pre and post show meal? And are you allowed in their height restricted indoor playground, you seated peeing hooligan?
Okay, so my pre-workout, my pre-show meal is your mom's ass, and my post-show meal is your mom's ass, Fuzzy, because it sustains me. Your mom's ass sustains me. It gives me sustenance. It gives me the will to go on, the strength.
Janice says, where's our king and where's my postcard? I promised people postcards back in January or February, and I need to get to working on those.
God,
maybe I'll finally have time. Rachel says, where's my king? Ernie, I'm hoping to bring him down soon. I'll let you know. I haven't seen him in over a month. I miss him a lot.
You gotta bring him down there.
Yeah, Sai says, are you ready for watching Arsenal get whooped by City this weekend? What team is that? I don't know what Arsenal is.
Does it hurt your heart that much?
Dude, everything about Arsenal hurts my heart. There's nothing but pain when it comes to Arsenal.
You deserve it for being an Arsenal fan. Like, that's the truth.
And Daniel comes in and says, Siraj pulled in Andrew Cuomo and left Earn behind. Faye says, read my comment, you coward. I just read it. Unless you meant this. Afghanistan will be a stable and free country before you see that postcard. Oh my God.
Look,
Tom Trevor says,
you guys have to understand that Siraj wakes up at 2 p.m. every other day. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's only a finite amount of time during the day for him to actually get to the work he's supposed to do, or he's promised to, because he gets up, He's got to take a shit. He's got to he's
And
got
that
to
takes me
sit
out.
around. He's got to sit around and think of the greatest dad joke to tweet. I mean, that takes how long? 2 hours?
3
Like at the very least. At the very least. So
Jay,
cut the
there
guy
used
some
to be a
slack.
time in my life, Jay, there used to be a time in my life where I used to get ready in under an hour, and now I can't get ready in under 4. What has become of my life?
That's trophy wife shit right there. That's what it is.
Basically, essentially.
100%. I'm drinking
Tug-
vodka iced tea.
Very nice. Tug Pepper says the video I saw of the milk crate challenge ended in a shootout. Yikes.
Jesus.
Josh says Dan's mom's ass. Hardest hit. Nice. James says, since when did Taco Bell become Fuzzy's mom's ass?
I know shit.
Dave,
I'm going to Taco Bell after this. No shit.
yeah. David says we'll get the Patreon postcards in about 8 new social media, 8 new Siraj social media platforms from now. And Daniel says Siraj will post digital postcards on Locals. And what is Locals? Because we're family.
That's exactly what Locals is.
Any other questions y'all got?
Anyone on Rumble? We can see.
I'm looking at Rumble right
now.
now. We can see your chats on Rumble. People were downvoting Mary's comment about how many apps am I in the right place? How many places do you guys need to share your raw, unfiltered thoughts? People were giving that downvotes.
Motherfuckers, you do not give my mom downvotes, you pieces
No,
of
only upvotes. Everyone go to Rumble right now if you're not on Rumble and give Mary LCKC.
Yes.
all the positive rumbles.
Give her all the upvotes. All of them.
Yeah.
Only I am allowed to give my own mom downvotes. And the downvotes I give her is just ignoring her calls and never calling her back. But that's because I'm her son. I can do that.
Yeah, you can do that. Daniel says, are you dressing up as Jen Rubin for Halloween? Inshallah. We hope so.
No.
What?
Siraj is dressing up as 9. I'm dressing up as 6.
Nice.
I'm not even joking. I am going to plan my trip over there for Halloween. And we're going to do an epic shit for Halloween.
Well, Jay, I thought we already did that for the 69th episode. There was a little time when we basically
We
69
literally
in person.
69, but when I get down to Florida, we're going to walk the streets as 6 and 9.
Very nice.
That's Habibi Bro love.
Tug says, are you guys going to do gaming streams? Yes. I'm trying to get my PS5 down here. I've just been very busy. And Jay, you've been very busy too.
Right. Honestly, I have been.
We'll get to them. When things settle down, we'll definitely do some
And
gaming
I've downloaded It Takes Two. All you got to do on Steam is download the It Takes Two co-op. So I got the game. You download the co-op, and we can play together.
Oh, look who's here. Daniel says, what the fuck is up, Libs?
My tongue in your mom's ass.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. Just in time. Jay, anything else?
No, it's all good.
Oh, wait, hold on. Andrew Dorsey has an interesting question. It says, would you consider making a GoFundMe to fund a study on whether ass eaters or iron immune system helps prevent COVID? Yes.
Yeah, we could. I mean, I got no shit. I got the flu this week, and I was done in like 2 days.
So, yeah, that says everything right there. And finally, Daniel asks, "What are we playing?" And my answer is Lawnmower Simulator.
Yes. I actually have that downloaded too.
Yeah, I have it downloaded too. We got to play that. I really want to play that. That's going to be lit. So Habibis, that has been all for us tonight. We wish we could go longer, but both Jay and I really have to sit down and pee. But thank you all so much for joining us tonight on the Habibi Power Hour. For the Habibi Bros, I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Jay Kobbe.
And we love all y'all. Thank you for joining us for another Habibi Power Hour. Peace. Masalama.